I just couldn't take it anymore. I wanted to be in an environment where I could make friends who would accept me as I am, not as they demand me to be. The story behind this quote will shock you, or in today's world, maybe not. Rosie the Riveter here with more truth bombs to blow your mind. In a recent article on the Daily Wire, I read a really interesting quote that gave me pause. Referring to the person's work environment, their full statement is as follows: I just couldn't lie anymore. I would remove myself from the equation. Living in that kind of environment is soul crushing. I wanted to be free to express myself without fear of losing my job. I wanted to be in an environment where I could make friends who would accept me as I am, not as they demand me to be. Just a few years ago, one might read this little section and think it was likely made by someone in the LGBTQ plus community, or maybe a woman in a male-dominated office. Not so in 2022. The quote is from Jeremiah Dawes, a former producer for Disney. He sat down with the Daily Wire to recall his experience with Hollywood and Disney as a pro-life conservative Christian. He figured he could be a closet conservative Christian until he became successful enough that Hollywood could not silence him. The interview continues. His intentions changed when COVID lockdowns and the 2020 riots gripped the United States. Disney reportedly compelled its employees to attend various training sessions where Dawes recounts that he was told, as a white, straight male, I should be quiet and listen. Even more so, he says he was told that promotions would be on hold for the white man on the team and to start casting non-binary children for photo and video shoots. That was the last straw, he said. Disney has been quite open recently about their LGBTQ plus agenda and is making no apologies for it, despite the pushback from the mothers and fathers who provide the funds to keep their company moving. Along with patrons, Dawes had had enough. Inspired by the book Live Not by Lies, a collection of accounts of Christians who resisted the Soviet Union totalitarianism by Rod Dreher, Dawes decided it was time to take a stand. Dawes felt that he was living every day promoting a company, a belief system, and even COVID hysteria that I didn't agree with. I was living by lies, putting on this false exterior, Dawes said, particularly convicted by a quote from Russian author Alexander Solzhenitsyn. Let the lie come into the world, let it even triumph, but not through me. Dawes left Disney in early 2021. During the 1980s, as the LGBT community began their campaign to come out of the closet, they professed they just wanted to live their lives as they wished and be treated like any other person. And for the most part, I think that actually happened. That is until about 10 to 12 years ago, when the T and the Q and the plus and the other letters attached themselves to the movement and decided they didn't just want to be treated like others. They demanded special privileges. They wanted anyone who didn't use their preferred pronouns and celebrate their gender or just simply disagreed with them to be silenced, punished, and destroyed. So those who spent years working their way out of the closet, just hoping to be part of society, are now being pushed to the side by others in their community who are forcefully shoving another class into hiding. I don't believe it's the honest LGBT community of the 80s and 90s that are doing this. I believe we have birthed an entire new generation of entitled snowflakes led by radical progressives that are actually proving the warnings and concerns the conservatives and Christians cautioned about for all those years to have actually been valid. Unfortunately, at the moment, the current president is supporting this attack on Christians and conservatives, and instead of defending the Constitution and the First Amendment as his oath states. His administration is turning up the heat on an already boiling pressure cooker, praising TQ plus Americans, honoring drag queens as patriots, and giving preferential treatment to trans women over women in places like sports, in the workplace, and other areas. They're also threatening education funding to schools if they don't open girls' bathrooms to boys. Yes, they want girls in the boys' bathrooms as well, but the possibility of a physical assault in that case is minimal, if not zero. On the other hand, we do have situations of men, boys going into girls' bathrooms and then assaulting females. I'd like to think this isn't on purpose, but like Dawes, I'm not going to live by lies. It is time to stop letting the inmates run the asylum and take our country back to sanity. But that's just my 2 cents. What do you think? Leave your comments down below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get new videos when they are uploaded. You can find all my videos, along with more truths and facts, in my liberating letters on thefactspaper.com, as well as hundreds of links to articles combating fake news and propaganda. Don't lose heart. We are winning. America will be great again. We can do it.